have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful souls. I am Sha're-Tahlai'ah, also known as Gail of Gaia, and I'll explain all that in a little show at some point in time. I am a Syrian elder, and I will talk about that as well. But tonight's conversation is one I've waited a long time to be able to bring forward. I'm calling it the returning peace because something is moving into the collective, a memory, a code, a piece of ourselves resurfacing after a very long slumber. And with me tonight is Eddie BenAbraham, a man whose insights reach into the forgotten layers of who we are and where we came from. Open your heart, open your field. Tonight is not entertainment. Tonight is remembrance. So let me bring Eddie on, and he can explain all this. Welcome, Eddie.
Hello, Gail.
Is everything okay there?
Beautiful, yeah. The line was a little glitchy, but we're back. We're good.
Oh, geez. Well, you say that piece of the soul is returning. You're not speaking symbolically. You mean an actual structure in the light body? It's coming back online. Can you explain that to people?
Yeah, the information is coming back. In other words, this information that I'm giving you, we kind of touched it last time. We breezed over it. This has to do with our existence. It's a missing piece that you would see many questioning. What is that piece? Or where is that piece? Or where does it exist? And what is it? So essentially, where's the soul? Where does it exist? How does it function? What is the higher self? How is everything functioning on the perspective of the cosmology, the esoterics, the depth of who we are and where do we come from and how do we exist and how does the soul come into the body? That's the main part. What is the soul anatomy? What's the anatomy of the soul or how do we basically become a divine being inside a physical body? That is what I'm talking about.
That's awesome. Would this be correct to say that our soul's original blueprint is coming back online?
You can say that. There's many layers to this. When you say a blueprint, it could be a blueprint from a personal perspective. It could be a blueprint on a collective perspective. And a blueprint is not necessarily something that's static. It's not something that is defined by a parameter, I think, that you can say, oh, that's my blueprint. There's many things that there are many words or terminologies that play in the spiritual environment and the esoteric and new age that often gets confused, it gets misinterpreted, and sometimes people take it and stretch it into different areas, and it just becomes a mess. From my perspective, that's my perspective of how I see things and how I understand things because of what I'm shown. So this is something that exists. This is us, what we're going to talk about. It's basically who we are. It's not something that's we are just wow, we created it. No, it's here ever since we were being conceived, and it comes back again when we are reincarnated. And so there's going to be a mental and spiritual gymnastics that you guys and everybody's going to have to do here, because it is going to get deep, and we have a lot to cover. There's going to be a lot to cover in this video and the next videos that we're going to do, next shows. And I really appreciate you having me here, because it's from having 4 or 5 Facebook's accounts being blocked and deleted over the last 5 years, 4 years. And, it's hard to get your word out there. So I've kind of
I
not a back
know.
seat, but I've done other things to get things out there and to help humanity. And you're drinking one of it right now. How's that going for you?
Oh yeah, it's spectacular. It is spectacular. I like the flavor of it. It's really good. And I've just been trying it. We shall see how it continues. And but I really
Excellent.
appreciate it immensely. So
My pleasure.
but why
right,
is
so,
this happening now?
Yeah, go ahead. What is happening?
The returning of what our soul mantle grid, or whatever you call it.
Okay, so
what's
I
making
call
it
it the
happen?
soul's mental grid. Yeah, I call it the soul's mental grid, and it's not returning right now. It's becoming we becoming aware of it. And it has
Oh,
to
it
do
never
with
really
our
went to. Was it just
no,
suppressed? Is that what it was? No.
it's not something that disappears or something that doesn't exist. Again, it exists the moment it begins its existence and its operation the moment you are conceived. And this
Mm-hmm.
field, this mechanism, this system, this it's literally a system. It's an operating system. If you want to take the analogy of a computer system, we
Yes.
have the hardware. We have the hardware. Just like in the Matrix, we have the hardware and we have the software. And then we also have the energy in which it works through, or uses to utilize, or uses to function, which is in this case electricity. But in our dimension, where we're talking about the soul's mental grid, I wanted to lay down the foundation so we can start preparing to where we're going into this. Again, as I said, we started talking about this about it last show, and we also talked about water, the 7 states of water, and that will
Oh, yeah.
leave for another complete different segment, because it's vast in itself. But the soul's mental grid has been a journey of mine since 2009, when my entourage, that's who I call them, my entourage, my guides, and all my friends up there, and more recently the 7 founders and the original whales who've come in, and it reinforced this whole information in addition to other things that came through. And so I want to go very slow with this, so that you kind of have my process as well, because giving this in an hour is possible, but you're going to have a lot of questions, so I have to complete this for you. So in 2009,
Oh, well, you're welcome to come back.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I will.
Yeah, because we can take it as many as we want, because it's important, and I know that. Okay,
It is.
and for people to understand that.
It's very
So.
critical. I agree with you. And again, there are many times that I've put this out there and it didn't catch. It's all about timing. And are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So hopefully this is the time that everybody's ready for this.
I think so.
So throughout my years, I've been channeling. I've been doing readings. I do coffee cup readings. I've had a 6 months course, which basically takes you into this process, learning about the soul's matter grid, the healing modalities in it, and how to connect to this, and how to utilize it, and so on and so forth. So we're kind of like bringing a 6 months work and condensing it into a few hours together. And I think through your interaction, your questions, it's gonna help me to continue on, take steps forward. So, do you have any questions at this point that do you want to ask? Or you want me to start?
I had, well, I was going to ask what, maybe it's wrong to say what piece is returning. It never was actually totally gone, but it was suppressed. I read somewhere that we only are operating in about 10% of our light body. I don't know if that's true or not. What's your
Yeah,
feeling about that?
I don't know if
That's
I
pretty
don't know if
small.
percentages. I, it is. I don't know if percentages in terms of numbers are accurate enough to represent where we are at or where we've been and where we're going to, because it's not a subject that's determined based on one thing. There's many elements to our existence. There are many systems that come together to help us be here and create our reality. And so I agree with what you're saying because it does have truth to it. We're limited or being filtered down. No, that's not the word. I would say
Oppressed, maybe?
I don't want to give it a negative connotation to it. Let's say it's been a muffled a little bit in our capacity, our ability to understand, to create a reality, to do things such as things that you would say, "Oh my God, this is like God stuff." A lot of those things have been muffled down,
Mhm,
and
mhm. It,
uh, yeah, go ahead.
isn't that a result
The,
of being in 3D because of the actually low vibration compared to, say, a higher dimension?
there is an element
Somehow
to it,
that,
definitely. There's an element to it, but we have to start somewhere. And our progression and our evolution has been kicked around and um, been hurt. We have the things were taken away from us that basically prevented us from moving forward in our evolution, in our let's call it a natural good way. There were a lot of disturbances along the way, and we know it. I mean, the last 5 years, most people already know it. I mean, not most people, but a lot of people have discovered and learned about this stuff. That our history is about 80, 90% incorrect. It's been tampered with and changed. And so,
yeah.
in the same with the same regards is our ability to learn and discover things because they basically hid things from us. They hid things from us. And so
Mhm.
now
That
this
wasn't
is
hidden and it
something.
was a lie, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt,
What
but they've lied and they have hidden.
they
It
have,
breaks up every once in a while here.
they
But
have,
anyway,
and we know that totally. So when let me continue your question because what I'm going to deliver has to do with something that already exists in us and outside of us, around us. Um, Most of it is in the multidimensional space, the quantum space. And so to connect with it, you have ways to tap into it and actually see it and experience it. You basically experience it. It's part of you on a daily basis, on a moment's basis, on a fraction of a millisecond basis. It's always with you. Um, some parts of it have already been talked about and people know about it. For example, the chakras, the Merkabas, the Taurus field. However, there are some things within those understandings and perspectives that have been expressed out there are a little bit off. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. It's just a perspective wise, it's a little bit off. And so this brings in a different perspective, which um, encompasses more than what it is. So when I say the Taurus field, the primary sets of Merkabas, there's another set of Merkabas out there, and there's six of them. Um, what do they do? Each sets have a different
sick.
function within. Yeah, six. A set. When I say a set, is a
Wow.
star tehedron. The main Merkaba sets are there's three of them. They each uh, two of them spin in opposite directions in very high speed, and one is relatively steady. That's the main
Okay.
Merkaba sets, and they're about 21 feet across, up and down, sideways as well. So when you see somebody drawing a human body with a Merkaba set around them, and the proportion is not accurate. It's at least 21 feet around you. It's very big, um, and there's more to it. So there's more elements within the soul's Manta grid that, again, we some of them we already know. Some of them are is going to be shown to you here in these segments that we're going to work with together. Um, I want to go back to 2009, how this all started.
Okay.
I've been channeling for many years, as I said. I mean, the information that comes in through it's pretty pure and quick. Um, I am one who brings in complexity into simplicity. It is my challenge in life, and it is also my work. My job is to bring the complex stuff and present it in a simple format. And so, in 2009, they started showing me a structure. Um, Either in meditations or premonitions or in the corner of my eyes, I was able to see stuff, and I still able to see it. So this one, when they started showing me something, I started seeing it in a shade of grayish silver. And at first, I had no idea what it was, and I was asking, "What are you guys showing me? What is this?" And months went by, and then the work together has slowly exposed more and more of that whatever I was seeing. And from 2009 to 2011 was when I received most of the information to show me what it is that they're talking about, what are they trying to show me, and then explain a little bit more and more about what each part does. Okay. I know you have a question. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Um, in 2011, I published a sketch which shows the soul's Manta grid ingredients and how it lays out and where we are at our physical body within it. And from that point on, throughout the years, it's always been a slow progression of learning and experience through the awareness of the soul's Manta grid. And it took a big um, change in speed and depth of understanding since 2022, when the seven founders have showed up and started communicating with me and the original whales. And that's where things got a little bit more intense. And so we are now at a point where I have good amount of experience and information to share this with you guys. And to answer most of the questions, there's still things I don't know yet. I'm still working on things because this is still a work in progress. And yes, go ahead.
Well, I've heard, about our soul, and Merkaba, but I wasn't really familiar with the term soul mantle grid, and well, our own personal light grid, I guess, and it's really huge, correct?
Hmm. Yeah,
How do we bring it out? I mean, how do
it's
we?
there with you. It's with
Um,
you. It's there with you all the time. It's part of you. It's what brings your
I get.
soul peace. Hmm. It's what brings your soul peace into the body.
Mhm.
Consider it as this projector or a system, or it is a system. It's a projector that enables the soul to marry the soul piece into the body.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try to explain this in another way. Again, this is why it's so challenging to. But when you get it, it's like this. You say, "Wow, okay, I get it." So we're gonna get there. Okay, um,
Okay.
I'll give you another example. Um, so you go to the cinema, and there is a projector that shows the movie on the screen. Okay, You with me?
Yeah.
The projector takes information. It takes light, it takes information on the film, it uses electricity, it uses all those elements in order to project a picture on the screen. Okay? Now, on the screen, what you see is basically a representation of, or a result of light and colors um, being embedded into a film, into a plastic film. Okay. Now, what
Mm-hmm.
you see on the screen is not physical. Okay, it's light. Now, let's just tweak this a little bit. Let's just imagine that what this machine is projecting is basically projecting the soul piece onto the physical body. This soul's mantle grid is basically the projector. This whole movie camera thingy, whatever the machine that utilizes to project the movie, the soul's mantle grid projects the soul piece into the physical body.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
I think I get that.
Make
Yeah.
sense? Does that make sense? I hope so.
Yes. Yes, I think so. It makes sense. I'm trying to
Okay.
visualize it at the same time.
Yeah. So when you connect to it, you connect to it from the inside out, because it's you. Okay. So just like the picture behind us, you're right at the center, right here, right? Where's my finger? Can you show my finger? Yeah, there we go. You're right at the very center of it.
There you got it. Yeah, you're right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we have. Good thing I use this background. So this is us right at the very center. That little dot. Okay, so the soul's mantle grid is pretty big. It's this oval shape, this elliptical shape structure. Okay, and it's all in multi-dimensional space. This is all about 360, about 370 feet wide, and about 270, 280 feet tall. It's massive.
That's
This is
pretty
you.
big.
This is how powerful and how big you are. This is you, and everybody here watching this, and everybody else on the planet. Let that sink in for a little bit, because this is massive. I haven't seen anybody talk about this. This is it's brand new for you, because I talk in this format, in this forum right now. But this business has been out for many years.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions? Does anybody have questions?
Yeah, I think I have. I did see a question or two here. Someone was mentioning, is this a soul hardware?
It could be. Yeah, it could be translated as that.
That's not really a question. Okay, and then there's another one here that says, how our perception views images? How our
perceptions
the
view
reality
images.
around us?
In reference to what? Let
I'm
them
not
ask
sure
again.
what.
Please
Yeah,
ask again. Sandra, please ask again more.
Sandra.
precise.
Yeah, see if you. Right.
Tune it to
Okay.
fine tune it, please.
And then she mentioned our reality around us. Okay. Okay, well, here's another comment, and the perception of the soul does not resonate from within, but projected onto by. Does that make sense?
I think it's a reference issue they were talking about when we talked about the movie projector.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have any questions?
I have some other questions, but so you found this out through, were you meditating or when you were channeling, or I mean?
So my experience with the other side is a continuous communication. In other words, I'll be driving, I'll receive information. There are times when I do go into my own space to work on this or other things. there's a relationship that's always present. It's not something that I have to go somewhere and do it. It's always present. And so throughout the years, I've practiced different ways to do things. And this actually showed up on its own. And as I said, in 2009, 2000, even 2008, it's when it started showing itself with a very faint structure. Actually, the very the very framework of the secondary Merkaba sets. There's about 6 of them. There's six layers to those, and they're in charge of our potentials. They're responsible for our potentials. Meaning potentials that in every. Let me just throw it out
Interesting.
there. In every given moment, you have 6 potential realities, or I'm sorry, 6 potential possibilities to choose from. Okay, so
Okay.
those, the second set of Merkabas, those are the ones that are actually in charge of it. But we'll get there later. I don't want to jump too far. Let's focus on the first set of Merkabas because those are in themselves have a lot to do with how our body and how our DNA is related to this. Our innate body intelligence is related to this. Our physical body, our
What about our
sexuality,
aura?
our gender. There's so much in there. It's just in that first set of Merkabas. There's so much to unpack. I don't want to jump too far out to the next one yet. But I just threw it out there so
Mhm.
you know this is where we're headed. We're heading into some very deep information and very very complex information. It's deep.
Okay. Does that include our aura, or is that a
Yes,
different
yes,
aspect?
yes. It does include aura. Yes, yes. The
Okay.
chakras, the auras, the innate, the meridians, everything that has to do, everything that has ever been recorded on an energetical level within surrounding our body or within our body, everything is related to it. And there is one data point that I would like to share also is has to do with the 12 layers of DNA. The 12 layers of DNA is an information that I actually brought forth, not by myself, but by Lee Carroll, who has channeled Cryon for many years. He published his first book in 1989, 1990, I'm sorry. And ever since, he's been sharing a lot of good stuff. Um, in his website, kryon.com, he has a section about the 12 layers of DNA. And the layers of DNA actually coincide with the information I'm going to share with you about the soul's mantle grid. And it's pretty powerful stuff. Very, very interesting stuff.
Okay. Um, how come people aren't more aware of this?
I think people are aware of some people have seen other people's auras. You
Hmm.
can take a picture of an aura.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you can sense the energy of your chakras. People do things that you can feel energy on your body, on other people's body, and so there are many functions that we do and we have created in our society, in our own physical body, and how we detect other things and how we interact with other people that are part of this system or part of this instrumentation that we have within us. That is actually it, but we've never had this. Um, Overall picture of what this all encompasses. What does a system include, and how does it function, and how does it connect to source, and how does it connect to Mother Gaia? What happens to you when you focus and want to expand this field or make it smaller? Um,
Yeah.
how does this affect synchronicities in your life? How does it function when it creates synchronicities? How do we interact with matter? How do we affect matter? How does resonance come to play in here? How does our frequency and our emotions come to play in this? How does sexuality, gender, the potentials in our life trajectory? There is so much, so much.
Okay. I want to hear you expand on resonance. How that operates.
So resonance in essence, resonance is frequency. Um,
Hmm.
Everything in the universe is frequency. Matter
Right.
vibrates in a particular frequency to become matter that we feel and we sense. There's other things in our reality that we don't necessarily see. We know it exists, but it has resonance. For example, love. It has a particular resonance. It has a particular frequency. And so when we ask ourselves, okay, what's the relationship between resonance to the soul's mantle grid? I say everything. Because every part of the soul's mantle grid resides in a different place of resonance or frequency. Because everything exists, many parts of this exist in the same space. And they're able to layer each other on within the same space because they run under a separate resonance or frequency. For example, the three layers of Merkaba, the first Merkaba sets, the primary Merkaba sets, they occupy the same space. They don't interfere with one another. They work together. And so their frequency, there's a resonance, there's a frequency to your self that actually function or runs through with and together with the Merkabas. Your DNA
So
has
can
resonance.
people,
Your DNA sings. It has a tone. It has a particular frequencies that it's some of it is very generalized towards, it's a general frequency that's most human have because it's humanity. But then there's frequencies within you that are particular to you, Gail, because you're unique in your own self. Your soul comes in and expresses a particular um, um, soul piece that comes in from source. But you have an individualism, you have your own uniqueness, you have your own history, you have your own experience on this planet and other planets for millions of years. So you project a particular resonance, a particular frequency that is your own signature. Nobody can duplicate you, but in the same time, you're equal to everything else.
is it the result of your experiences and how you live your life, or
It's everything, yes.
so,
It encompasses so much that when you ask me, does it include this? It does include this. Does it include that? It does include that. And so I want to, by you asking me the questions, I'm able to kind of put it together and not compartmentalize it, but at least label it so we know, okay, this is part of it, and this is how it comes together with it. This is how it interacts together, or this is how it's part of it. Um, um,
do we have certain aspects of ourself that have shut down that as we progress in our life experiences or love, compassion, whatever, increase it?
Yes. So there's two parts to this. One of them is maturity on the planet. Nowadays, the kids that are born, they have the capacity to do things that we weren't able to do in their age, and this is going to continue to progress, right? Uh, Second is um, our DNA is not fully activated. Is not full. You remember at the beginning you said 10%. Our
Yeah.
DNA is not fully activated, and there's many lifetimes for us to go through in order to have it activated fully. It's going to take time.
Now we have 2 strands of DNA, and we used to have many more. Isn't that having impact on?
We do have 12. You don't see them physically because they reside in the quantum. They reside in the multidimensional field.
Ah, okay, because that would be the original then, right? Only how is it that we were manipulated then in such a way that some aspects of the DNA, like we used to be able to heal ourselves. We can't let, I mean, people can do it today, but most people don't rely on their own self-healing.
That's a good question.
Things of that nature.
That's a really good question, because and there's no straight answer to this, because there's many layers to this. And the reason I say it is because when we were first became part of Earth, we started somewhere. We had to start somewhere, and we had to mature and continue our maturity to evolve and then graduate. We have still a few 100,000 or maybe a couple of million years to before we graduate, until we give the planet Earth to the next wave of souls that will come in here. And so it is more about discovering our true self and our true source, so we can go back to source again by learning who we are and discovering who we are. And so when we say that things have been done to us so we don't do the things that we can do, is not completely accurate. There are elements of that. At the same time, there's elements in which that we have to mature into. We have to grow into, and we have to learn it. It's just like a child. When a child grows, it learns how to walk, how to feel, how to communicate. And this is what we're doing right now. We basically just learn how to walk. This is how young we are.
Mm-hmm.
And
a toddler planet.
Toddler, yeah, it is. There's so many out there who have gone through what we have gone through again, but at the same time, we have already done that. As our soul, and when we have the Akashic records on our planet, where it basically runs and has all the information that's on the planet here, and it does have the information from the outward. However, the Akashic record here is primarily for our planet, and every soul and every occurrences and everything that has gone through on the planet. The information is there. But what happened before we came to Earth? There were other planets. We were there in other planets. We've done things that are similar to this on other existences, on other planets, on other types of. We were different. We're not necessarily the same way. So we have a huge history that is there. And for us to experience this planet and to continue our evolution on the planet, we have to learn and mature into it. We have to discover things. We have to learn things. We have to experience things so we can do the things that we need to do as we move forward.
What happened to our original connection to source?
It's still there. Nothing left. It's the same way. We're still connected to source. It doesn't end. It never ends. This is how we are. This is the very center point here, right? The very center of the soul's mantle grid is where we are. This is our physical body. So our physical body is here, and then we have this entire system around us, which is with us wherever we go until we cross over, and then it completes, and then we start over again when we come back again. That connection, that thread, that tube of energy that comes in from source is us. It's always here. It's with you. It never ends. There's no destruction. It's pure. It's always been pure. It'll always continue to be pure too.
Well, the reason I say that was because if we're operating on such a relatively low percentage of our light body, so to speak, I would think that would somehow, I mean, yes, we're always connected to source, but are we able to access? Has there been a frequency fence? Has there been some type of obstruction to our readily available ability to connect to source? You know, like that. Does that make sense?
Um, yes, I think I understand better what you're saying. You're referring to more about you when you sit down and have a meditation. It's easier for you to connect rather than not having that limitation,
Yeah.
or the other way
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah, there has been in the last 100 years. They have been trying to muffle us, tell us things that are incorrect, to confuse us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with our power, we're so powerful that because of their the misguiding us into the places that they want us to go, as opposed to us running forward naturally, we basically are delayed, and it's been going on for many years. More recently, in the last 300, 400 years, that we have been psychologically and physically, emotionally, on so many levels that has been done. And information wise as well, that we've been blocked, and we're talking about things we might get banned again.
Okay. Yeah. Why can't we just talk about the truth? I mean, it's truth. I
So
should be able to talk about anything.
yeah, listen, you bring valid questions, and I'm with you on this. There has been ways that we have been muffled and tortured and everything else that's been done to us to muffle us from bringing information, from helping humanity to move forward. Some of us are placeholders here on the planet that are here to do the work, the heavy lifting, to pave the way, pave the road for the others to walk with us. It's not a glamorous work. It's hard work.
Yeah, it certainly is.
At the same time, every time somebody comes out here and tries to do the work, they get nailed on. They get
They
killed,
get
they get
slammed.
stoned, whatever. And they get slapped. They get slapped basically.
Mhm.
So
Or you can work for something for nearly 10 years and they take your channel down and you just lose it all.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, and then you disappear.
that
Nobody
happened to
knows
my
about you.
channel. That
They,
happened just, yeah.
and then the person disappears. Nobody knows about him, and they hide the information, and that's it. Poof. And then again, if they reincarnate, they choose to come back again and retry it again. They'll do it again, and they'll come in again to the planet. They'll do the same or similar work. They'll expose the information. They'll share with us, and maybe that time it's going to work out for them. There's so many like that. You can look around you. There's so many people who are like that, who have come here to do this. Some famous ones, Edgar Casey. Not necessarily that anything happened to him. I'm just saying people who have come into the planet to do stuff. Numerous people, so many.
Tesla.
Tesla,
Tesla.
yeah, Tesla
Yeah.
is a huge. Yeah, I know that I've worked with Tesla from past lives, and
Oh,
we know that
wow.
he has been suppressed. Why? Because we know
Oh,
why. But
yeah.
that's besides the point. What I'm going back to your original question. Has anything been done to suppress? Yes, there has been with our DNA. So we limit our lifetime so that there's less years within each life cycle. Um,
Yeah. People used to live hundreds of years, not less than 100 years.
our body is designed
That's,
to live for at least 1,000. At least 1,000.
but not anymore. Yeah.
Well, it's getting better
Or maybe
because
it's our
again, it's
environment.
getting
Yeah.
it's getting better. Our DNA is opening up. It's the cycles within the DNA on all the levels, and I'm talking mainly on the layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, the rest is still we have still to get there. And when I say layers, it doesn't mean that necessarily the layers are disconnected. They're all work together and they're linked together. It's not like this one is a separate thing from that. The reason we say layers is so we can understand it better, and also it does have a functionality and relationship to parts of our body, our physicality, emotional, and energetical, and more so even with our star brothers and sisters, the whales and the dolphins, the cetacean family. They We have parts of their DNA in us. They've given it to us. Our DNA is so
Yeah.
beautifully put together. We are 22, 23 different star family together in our DNA. Alex Kohler
Yes.
talks about
Yes.
this very
Yes.
often,
Yes.
right? Very, it's just such a sweet.
Hmm.
He drinks spectacular too.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what they, yeah. That's what gave
Look,
us the abilities that we have, but many of those
yes,
abilities have been suppressed.
yeah, totally, totally. So we have
But they're going to come
abilities
back
that
online.
it's going to take time, and we're already doing a lot, very well. And I would say that in the last 5 years, we have increased our capacity tremendously because of this shockwave that came in, that jolted everybody up, started asking questions, shifting the reality, pulled the rug from under our feet. Okay. And this is a good thing because this wakes us up to our true self and brings us deeper into who we are, our strength, our power, our connection, our compassion, our unity. Our unity is so critical for the entire universe. Very, very critical. This
Yeah,
family of planet Earth has to come together through compassion. This is our prerequisite to jump to the next fifth dimensional space. And it's going to happen. It's going to be okay.
definitely.
This is one thing I want to share with everyone.
Unconditional, yeah,
Huh? Unconditional love.
love, yeah.
Yeah.
Compassion, empathy, kindness, all of those
Yeah.
things are things that we need to embody to move forward even faster. The more people that do it together,
Mm-hmm.
the bigger everything
True.
expands.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And our vibration will increase, and so will everyone else's. There's a question of how can you deny your current circumstances to create the frequency for the reality you want?
Good question. So the circumstances that you have are the circumstances you created for yourself. And so this goes
It's,
against what you're actually asking, right? And
yeah, that's because everybody used to say, "Oh, you create your own reality." I said, "Darn it, are you kidding me? You think I created this to be like this? Are you kidding me? No, I
right.
didn't. I don't believe
So
you 1 minute."
so
But it's the
let's
programming.
no, let's take this a step backwards. Step Not backwards, step back a little bit. Let's start with your soul agreement. Let's start with your contract. And what I mean by that is you chose this lifetime. You chose your gender. You chose your parents. You chose your brothers and sisters. You chose the time you're going to be
How come I
born.
don't remember all that? How come we don't
Don't
remember
worry.
all that?
When you go back, you remember. Your lights went out.
Oh, I
Um,
know. I wonder why.
it's not me.
Oh, okay.
um, this is very important. What I'm just about to say. The day and time you were born, you chose this, and the time of day you're passing, you chose. You chose your name. You chose your parents. And you chose the order in which we were born. Now, of course, this isn't all not set in stone because all these conditions can be somehow come close enough for you to come in a different way. This is what we come and say. There's a backup plan for you. If you don't make it into this family, there's a backup plan for you to come in a different way, to still be able to accomplish your mission or your contract, your soul contract. So let's go back to the question. You have a soul contract to come here, and there's challenges that you've put in place in your lifetime to go through. This is cool. It's not easy. You have to go through shit. So your challenges, maybe some of them are part of your overall contract that you're going through, and it could be
Is this
also
to evolve our souls?
of course, all of us. Everybody, including you, including me, everybody comes in with a contract. You come with a bag of
And the
information that you
purpose.
know you have to deal with. There's literally there's you sat down and actually made you planned your lifetime. What am I going to do here? Am I going to work on um, on self worth, on not being good enough, on abundance, on anger, sorrow, misery, joy? There's so many things that you come here to work on, and at the same time, we work together to help one another. There may be a time that you're going to come into a lifetime to primarily be an instigator, to be a bad person, so that your badness helps others to heal and to evolve and to learn and to mature on a soul level. Now, when you say soul level, soul is complete. It knows everything. But we're talking about the soul piece. We're talking about this this job that you have here, the job that you took here on the planet, and you may take it somewhere else later on, but you're still here. This is your job, and these are your lessons to go through to accomplish in this physical body, in this generation, at this time, so that you gain something for yourself and for the collective, and more important, God. This is God's will. The doing in life is what God wants us to do. The doing creates light. The doing creates moves the universe forward. This is all about us doing things. It's coming down to the very simplest basic elements is basically we come here to do. The doing is what makes life move forward. It's how we mature. It's how
So
we
we have
grow.
all these plans when we come in to evolve our soul in some manner through different experiences that we have. So is that to say, what if things there are interferences in certain, are they planned interferences, or it's like this, has society been suppressed is a question up there.
Mhm.
I guess that's what I'm getting at in a way, in terms of what you plan to do when you come in and what you're actually able to do and how much do you actually accomplish.
That's a great
Does that
question.
make
I'll
sense?
answer it. I'll answer it in a different way because we need a higher perspective on things to help us comprehend or to take in or absorb what it is that we're going through on the planet or in our lifetime. And it has to do with trajectory. Okay, a trajectory is a if you take a path over over, let's say, a thousand years. Okay, there's trajectories, and there's destined trajectories for individuals, for cultures, for animals, for souls. There's always a trajectory for them to, and with the capacity to achieve those trajectories. So, for example, um, let's take you, Gail. Okay, over the course of 50 lifetimes, you're supposed to be a queen. That's your trajectory. Okay, so to get to that point where you become a queen, there's a lot of lifetimes to learn from, to unfold through, to mature through, and to do the things to get you to that point where you're destined to. That's destiny. Many people talk about destiny. Destiny is basically the end of the trajectory. It's not necessarily the end, but it's a point in time within this 50 lifetimes that we know that Gail is going to become a queen. She's going to rule a country, and her mission is A, B, C, D, F, G. Okay, and so if somebody
Isn't
comes
that
in,
a form of hierarchy, though?
pardon me.
Isn't that a form of hierarchy that, like we're all equal but different, but nobody's above anybody else?
Yeah, yeah, we're not above anybody else. We each have our own job to do. We're all important,
Okay.
and we're all part. We are all source. We use the word part in English. The word part.
Hmm.
It's so it doesn't express our connection to source, because we're not a part. We're actually an extension of source. A part is something that you can unplug and take it out and move it. We're not something you unplug. We can never unplug you. You can never be alone. You're always connected to source because you are source. It's not something that you unhook from and then connect again. This experience on our on planet Earth is basically an extension of you expressing a physical reality. You chose to come in a physical form, but you're always source. Make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Did I answer your question?
Somebody is asking, did we answer that? How has society been suppressed? And then
Yes.
there's another question here.
Yeah, we know that. It has been suppressed, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Did we
Please
answer the
explain
lady
reincarnation and
in regards to the
Which one?
souls traveling through time? Oh, wow. That's a tough one. Okay. It's not a tough one, but it takes a while. Okay. Well, I want to go back to the lady who, I don't know if it's a lady or a guy, who have asked a question with regards to them creating the reality. Did we answer that question? We did, right?
Oh, how can you, this one, the one about denying, how can you deny your current circumstances to create the frequency for the reality you want? Is that the one you mean?
Okay, so let me just answer for the we started talking about this. I want to complete the answer because the last part is very critical. The reality you want. Okay. There are so many things that we want, right? Source guides us, our higher self, our soul, our guides, our angels, our the entourage of yours. We will nudge you. We will give you the synchronicities to drive you or to help you get to the point to receive what is best for you. It doesn't necessarily mean what you want. It maybe you want is maybe it is what you want, but it's not in the way that you think it's going to come. And so why do we always say trust? Have the intentions and have the premonitions, have the heart connection to what it is you want, and simply trust. That is the best frequency to work with. Because once you put conditions on what you want, you're basically limiting yourself from everything else. What if the best thing for you is actually turning 5 degrees to the left in your reality and you actually see it right there and grab it? That synchronicity is waiting for you. And so what you want and what is best for you and what is God is willing to give you, is ready to give you, it may be right there. But it's not necessarily what you actually want or think you want. So reset your mind, clean everything out, and just start over again from a clean slate. And just pay attention to what's out there. What is invited to your field? What are the synchronicities? Synchronicities meaning very tiny things, or not tiny things, very you guys know what synchronicities are, right? Unless I need to explain it. Synchronicities are
No, I think ever. Yeah.
opportunities that are coming your way at a particular time that are perfectly aligned for what you need to get to where you want. So you got to pay attention to them. It is something that somebody said, hey, let's go to this meeting. And you say, no, maybe I don't want to go. Excuse me. Maybe that's the best thing for you to do. So seek within your heart what's the best thing for you. The heart is the best measuring instrument in your physical body. Yeah. Okay, I think I did it. Next.
Okay. There was one other, we might be able to take one more question. We're coming up on an hour, and in order for me to be able to play this video again on a replay later on, we have to
1
keep
minute.
it to about that. Otherwise,
We have
not able
1
to
minute.
do it. Oh, okay. Well,
We have 1
I
minute,
don't
Gail.
know
Is
if
that
you
going to
can
be
answer
okay?
something in 1 minute. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. It doesn't have to be exact,
Oh,
but
okay.
within
All right.
a couple of minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
I've also found out that you can actually shrink videos and make it fit too. So
Oh, wow.
let's see. Let me try this question here. Is that Merkaba meant to be in constant spin and counterspin when visualized?
Yes. Good question. Really good question.
Oh.
So when you basically are in there and you tap into this and you look around you, um, you would hear a sound. There's a particular sound to the Merkabas. And I challenge you to find what is that sound, because I hear it. And I've done one of the videos, and I tried to put sound in it, and it doesn't come close to it. But I was reluctant to use sound for the videos. Do you have the video by any chance? Can you put it up?
No, I didn't, because you
No?
had said
Okay,
you
we'll
were
do it
going to
next
make a different one or something like that.
Yeah, the
Okay.
AI didn't do it, so we'll just use the same one next time. So yeah, the Merkabas do.
Okay.
You can see them. You're able to sense their motion. It's very difficult to see the spinning because they spin very fast, and you have control over the spinning speed. There was a gentleman back in the early on in the 90s, 2000s who put together the Merkaba meditation, where he takes you through a breathing cycle to help speed up the Merkabas to over the speed of light, and weird stuff happens. So it is a possibility to see it, but it's more about sensing it and hearing it.
Okay, well, let's take one more question real quick.
Yeah.
This one is how to tap into healing energy frequency internally and externally.
Oh, great. Okay, so I've developed a healing modality from this, and I call it the entourage healing modality. When you can bring yourself to a point within the soul's matter grid to have assistance from your entourage, from your innate intelligence, your physical body. Your innate intelligence is this intelligence that is knows about your body, your physical body, knows everything that's wrong or right to your body. It's basically the best way to communicate with the innate is kinesiology, practical muscle testing. I don't want to I don't want to digress too much, but essentially, yes, there is a possibility. There is. Let's leave it for a whole new segment. It's too much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, boy, that time went really fast, didn't it?
Really fast.
I can't believe I looked up and I went, holy smokes, it's already an hour. So anyway, I don't want to close, but I think we need to in order so I can play this again as a replay.
Thank you very much, dear.
And
pleasure. Love to everyone.
And
have a great night, morning, evening, afternoon.
Yes. Oh, I was going to do a real quick closing activation really quick.
Go for it.
If we could.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Here it is. By the authority of Prime Creator and in alignment with the original living light, I call back every piece of the soul that was misplaced, forgotten, or stolen. I welcome the returning fragment, the memory, the knowing, the ancient truth. To lock again into my being with clarity, peace, and purpose. May every listener tonight receive what is theirs, release what is not, and stand renewed in strength, sovereignty, and remembrance. We are temples walking. We are pieces returning home. So it is.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Alrighty then. Thank you, everyone. Stay in the light.
Thank you, Gail.
And you're welcome. And we'll see you again soon.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our